Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to what is today a very mini battle guide of us going through the 4 final monsters at the Infernal Arena. That'll be Cervus, the Mole, the Scythe, and of course Naal at the end. I'm just going to go through what I tend to do when doing these battles, because with the dungeon coming this weekend, suddenly these ones are relevant again if you need to get yourself the Scythe of Azalith. The Cervus mechanic is very simple. When it pops up text saying that your heals are being inverted, just don't use them. All that's going to do is self-damage to yourself. You end up dying. So long story short, as soon as it says your healing is no longer inverted, go along, heal yourself up, and you can just go through this battle. One item I do quite like on the next battle is the Scroll of Lifesteal. I call this boss the Mole. I don't know why I call it the Mole, but just for the sake of not confusing people, I'll continue now to call it the Key. You're going to be dealt 1000 damage every single attack until some text pops up, and when that text pops up, you need to make sure your health bar is as full as it can possibly be, because that one is its nuke attack. So we'll see that as Prepare for Your Undoing will appear on screen, and then before long, bang, whack, wallop, you have been dealt 3000 damage. So you just need to make sure you have heals ready to go, and if you're concerned, really concerned, you can just use a Scroll of Life still, which is kind of what I like to do as a little safety blanket in there. All of the battles, except for the last one, I will just be using Void Highlord. It's bog standard, there's no forge enhancements on here. The only real thing of note is that Spiral Carve is actually on my necrotic swords. It just lives on there. I never take it off, to be honest with you. Anyway, what we'll now be doing is moving on to our next battle, and this one in particular is going to be the Scythe, and for this we will be wanting to use our Lord of Order. I'm just going to start by showing you what not to do, because this one, it is really important just to time your heals. However, before we fully jump into this battle, one of the things I happen to usually do is go and get myself some potent honor potions just for some extra damage, in particular during the Naal fight, but also, you know, it does help speed up the Scythe ever so slightly. This is not essential, you don't necessarily need these, it's just if you've got a bit of spare cash, it's just what I use, especially if you're just defeating these things once or twice. This is an example of how not to beat the Scythe. Don't use your heal too early, because what he has is quite a powerful little mini nuke attack. Essentially, it'll take you down to about 800 or 1000 health every single time. Once your health gets to that point, that is when you want to be dropping the heal, because if you just let it naturally come down and use it too soon, he'll end up using it after and you'll just wipe. This is the actual run now, so as you can kind of tell, we're just going through it in cycles. My health's got down to that 900, 600 mark after he's done quite a large amount of damage to me, so then I just use skill free and heal up and literally continue with that cycle. You'll just see the health drops down below 1000 every single time, and that is when I'm dropping the heal. You will get used to this battle, and once you've run it once or twice, you'll know that attack that you're looking out for, that I mean, because all of a sudden just a huge chunk of your health's gone, so that is when you need to be using that heal. Lastly, and definitely not least, we have Naal. So what you want to be doing is equipping your potent honor potion for this one. Trust me, the extra damage comes in really useful, and you want to go along and smack him as much as is humanly possible. I've just been going through literally using an order of 2, 3, 4, and then hitting 5 when it's available. I would advise you literally just to go through and hit your skills as and when you can in that sort of order. The reason I'm saying that is you don't want to think too much about this fight. I think the minute you think about anything is when it goes wrong. You just look at your health and you think, oh no, I need to save my heal. Don't worry about that. Don't think about saving skill free. Just go for it and just keep on doing your damage, and generally the class will keep you well looked after. As you can see, this is just the way I run it every single time, and it seems to work without an issue. So good luck everyone with running through these battles. Hopefully you've already got your Scythe of Azalith, but if you're coming along for that, or there's a particular event in the future that has yet to be released that brings you here, best of luck, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave the video a like, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all again incredibly soon.